Now, when it comes to politics, Sammy Gyamfi be beast, be bad boy. And then you see, Sammy Gyamfi could join news. And in an interview, no, the boy fupa. As someone can say, Tama NDC was so no. John Mahama adebia ye friend nepotism. Nepotism nepotism ni say what power be na power no because of what power no what for our friends relatives the people related to you into power like what because of let's say we are president because of say we are president you know what for oba say oba emeye financial minister what for oba yere oba kunu afa obakunu so omeye say wafa wabusuafo onafofo se omumeye saa neoma no ana se onafofo se obebo mu post and ye fe nepotism. Now when end this time no John Mahama efo abako na ofo abako no NPP for a conference e solitia e kasatia say nepotism no e bad in politics. They don't accept that. We shouldn't do that. When I fast forward, President Akufo Addo is making a promise, say, oh no, he's not going to allow that. Oh yes, I didn't da. Oh yes, I didn't mano. Because it is wrong. Because NDC and almost they talked about it. But the government, you know, why nepotism no amana dueche and say wa fan conform akumaku 50 abanabamu. I amunya any relative. Now, when a Sammy Gyamfi a proof point, a kasa say Ghana for ye hypocrite. Ghana for ye hypocrite. Nyatrum Ghana for there. Mahama ye no omukan but ene abanwe ye obia yedin obia katanani obia suro obia ntiminka. That video na Sammy Gyamfi a guy bad boy. Okasa onimdioka point by point by point by point. You hear video.
If the president is appointing 6,000, what's the percentage? 51. Assuming that all of that is correct. Okay. But fact is, all of that is not also correct.
All right. Samson, thank you. We in the NDC tolerate divergence. And so I respect the divergent opinions of my co-panelists around this table. But you see, the problem with us as a country is because of the hypocrisy in our commentary on national issues. The hypocrisy and the double standards is just too much. It is a fact that on 16th January 2016, the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party then in Kumasi at a national delegates conference of the NPP made a solemn promise to the people of Ghana that if elected, he will not operate a family and friends government, and proceeded to add that his wife will not distribute contracts under him as president. Nobody has been able to deny that promise or that fact. Now, when President Akufo Addo made that promise, was he engaged in propaganda masturbation like Mr. Bako suggests? Was he expecting President Mahama to appoint his enemies into office like they are arguing around this table? Was that symptomatic of defective legal thinking like Gary is suggesting? Because the president is also a lawyer. And yet he was talking about family and friends. Somebody's wife distributing contracts, and that he will not do that. Was he, I will come there, so allow me to flow. Was he exhibiting, no. You don't ask the question, so allow me to make my point. I was here when you were speaking. Was he exhibiting defective legal thinking? Was he engaged in propaganda masturbation? Was he engaged in an amorphous, useless exercise, like Mr. Bentel is suggesting? Let us be principled. Let us be consistent. They were in this country when the president made that promise. We didn't hear them say the things they are saying around this table. Then they say, oh, now let's reduce the whole thing to political arithmetics. The president has the power to appoint about 6,000 people. And so if he appoints 60 people and so what? President Mahama appointed only one person who had any form of familiar relation with him. And that was an issue. So one appointed one relative of yours. The New Patriotic Party addressed a press conference on that. Which was actually addressed by Boakye Jako, their policy advisor. The president and his vice all spoke against that, just one family relative. And you think that 50 is okay? Well, granted that the president appoints 6,000 people. How many families are there in Ghana? Thousands of families. And you think that it is okay for only one family to have 50 out of 6,000? That is your understanding of fairness? And then they say,
you are saying that.
Hold on.
You are saying that at the time President Mahama was president of this republic, he didn't have any relation
in his government.
No, wait. Nephews or whoever working in any state organization.
Okay. We are
That's
saying.
the question. I need you to answer that question.
Yes,
that is the fact.
Because we haven't said that your question is wrong, so I need to correct the question.
No, it is not wrong because the people you
did this at the
people you
onset.
speak
I was
about
thinking that you allow me.
Listen,
please.
Let me show you. Let me let you understand something. There's something that you, the politicians, don't understand. Let me just explain this briefly.
Okay.
There's something that you, the politicians, don't understand. Once you put a matter forward and you come on the show, don't expect us to give you a blank check. When we are interrogating those issues, allow us to interrogate because you have had the opportunity
and
to
before
speak.
I end, you ask another. So
it is it is important. In fact, it helps you to bring the best out of the situation.
You are asking me whether there was no relative of President Mahama working in any state in
because you mentioned Joyce Bauer, which is at the level of ministerial appointment.
And I am telling you that your question is misconceived because what is at stake here is the issue of appointees of the president. I am saying that apart from Joyce Bauer Muktari, President Mahama never appointed any family relative of his into any position. If you dispute that, produce evidence and let's discuss that. He never appointed any person.
You refer to
and yet
Dr.
that was an issue.
Dr. Bawumia's relation, who you have been told was in this
a lie.
Was in
lie.
This position before the government,
a blatant lie.
Government came in.
So if you allow me, I will address those because it's a blatant lie. He was working at the Ministry of Interior under us, but he was not a presidential staffer, and he was not a technical advisor to the Minister of Interior. Under the NDC, there was no position called technical advisor to the Minister of Interior. That is, hold on. Now? Yes, he is. His name is on the unprecedented list of 998. If you want, I will prove that to you. And so his current position as technical advisor to the Minister of Interior is an appointment made by President Akufo Addo.
Okay, so that's what you are questioning.
It is also a lie for Gary to sit around this table and say, Nana Kofi Dapo Asante Bedietu's father is not in government. He is the government representative on Ghana Bauxite Company. He is the chairman of the GIPA Council. And did I hear somebody say that is not government? Who is he there representing? He's representing government. He's an appointee of government, answerable to the president. So let me proceed systematically. Today we are having people in this country who know that all around the world, nepotism is frowned upon because of its tendency to breed corruption and favoritism, saying that it is okay for the president to make his own daughter a member of the Creative Arts Council. It is okay for President Akufo Addo to dash a vast space dedicated for a duty-free shop in Terminal 3, built by President Mahama, to another daughter of his, without any transparent tendering process. How did President Akufo Addo's daughter get that space?
President Akufo Addo gave a contract.
I am saying.
No, that's what you're saying. President Akufo Addo
I have not said that. That is your creation.
That's what you said.
No,
he said he dashed.
Yes, of course.
So gifts.
Yes.
That he gave a contract.
Yes, and that is even stronger.
The president gave the contract.
The only reason why President Akufo Addo's daughter is the one running that vast space as a duty-free shop is because her father is president. Because that space was not given to her through any competitive, transparent tendering process. If you know it, you can tell us. The Ghana Airport Company is watching. I am daring them, challenging them to adduce evidence that we went through this laid-down procedure of law to select her. You are saying that it is okay for the president to give his baby mama, Madame Virginia Hesse, a position as ambassador to the Czech Republic. It's okay for his cousin to be finance minister. It's okay for his cousin to be roads and highways minister. It is okay for his maternal relative to be works and housing minister. It is okay for the wife of his nephew to be a board member of GNPC, the brother of that same wife, here I'm talking about Gabi, to be board chairman of BOST,
Board chairman.
Rhoda Lembafo Jima, another cousin, board member of GOEL, is Ghana for them. Are they the only qualified people in the NPP? Are they the only qualified people in this country? And then when we are raising these issues, okay, people oversimplify the issue. And I mean, we are all a family. We are related to each other. Why? Samuel Abujinapo is the president boy. We didn't mention his name. Mustafa Hamid used to work for the president. We didn't mention his name because they are rather the ones who are stretching this whole argument into realms of absurdity. Because we didn't talk about all those friends of the president. We are telling you that if the Bank of Ghana has oversight responsibility over the banking sector, and you have a co-founder.
Data Bank is not licensed with the Bank of Ghana. Just be sure about that.
Is it not a bank? Are they not under the regulatory?
Under
BOT. Simple.
Yeah, it's not a bank.
It's under SEC. Hold on.
No, get your law right. Get the fact right.
Please.
Get your law right. Get the facts right.
I respect you, so show me the same respect.
Yeah,
I beg you,
cool.
please.
I think so.
You see, Data Bank. Are we saying Data Bank is not a bank and doesn't fall within the regulatory functions of the Bank of Ghana? Is that what we're saying?
It doesn't fall.
It doesn't fall within. So it falls under who?
SEC.
Who?
It's a finance house. SEC.
SEC.
It's not a bank. Yeah.
So it doesn't fall under the finance ministry.
It's a finance company.
Well, that is what we can interrogate.
Check this fact.
No, but I know that the Bank of Ghana has regulatory functions over Data Bank. And for that matter, if Kelly Gajipo and all the other stuff I have mentioned...
You're just being corrected. You should take that.
No, that is what they are saying.
But
we need to double check that. But I don't think that is true because I think that the Bank of Ghana has oversight over Data Bank. I will not accept that. But you see something? Look, they make the argument that we are engaging in tribalism and ethnocentrism. Yet, in this country, you had a friend of President Akufo Addo, Professor Stephen Addo, who he has now awarded with 2 juicy positions. Board chairman of Ghana Revenue Authority Board and chairman of National Development Planning Commission.
Is he competent?
Oh, hold on. He came out and said this: President Mahama must stop the northern appointments. Mr. Kofi Bentel was in this country. Gary Nimakon was in this country. And Mr. Bakon were all in this country. All of them. I never heard any of them call Professor Stephen Addo to order. This is a man who lumped all people of northern descent, northern background, as relatives of the president. Today he has been given a position in this government. And now you are talking about, you are the only people, the NPP is the only party which has engaged in the politics of ethnocentrism under the guise of nepotism. We haven't done so. We are saying that hard-working members of your party have been sidelined in your own stronghold.
We don't confess because promise bebre His Excellency Nana Akufo Addo kan ya sa promise no entimin ba reality. Entimin ba reality nti we de enye ade nwanwa bia. O ya nwanwa. O ya nwanwa. Charlie Apon.